All right, welcome to Mars Radio. We are back with another interview. This time we have a Bay Area legend in the house. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him, and then he'll let you know a little bit about himself. We're here with Unc The Hunk. What's poppin'?
What's poppin', man? I thank y'all for having me out here at the Modesto live wire store doing this interview, man. I came out here really to lately I've been moving around, kind of like giving artists that's coming up the ability to use my platform to try to try to get them seen and try to get them out there. So I did San Jose. I call it Unc and Friends. So I did San Jose. I always do Oakland. So I was like, man, let me come out here to the valley a little bit. And I really wanted to kind of like use Stockton and Sacramento, but I'm kind of like nervous with the politics of the area.
Okay.
So I felt a little bit more comfortable starting the valley off with Modesto.
Okay, cool. We'll get into that a little bit later as far as the politics and everything, seeing how you in the game. But let people know where you from.
I'm from Oakland, California, North Oakland. I'm born and raised. Y'all, for the ones that don't know me, man, they call me Unc.
All right, so let them know where you from.
North Oakland.
Okay, North Oakland. How was it growing up in North Oakland?
I mean, shit, in the 80s and 90s, you know what I'm saying? As far as like when I came up, you know what I'm saying? I come up with like when my teenage years was like when crack first hit, you know what I'm saying? So it probably was like every other area at that time when drugs infested our communities. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of the communities back then were suburbs that turned it was up and coming young black suburbs or brown, black, pink, whatever
Right.
of color suburbs, and they threw their drugs down there. So the hoods became the word hood became from neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I mean, which was black neighborhoods that they attacked with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know, it's kind of like the same as every hood, man. Just a lot of black families falling apart and a lot of brown families falling apart.
So you said that you were around in the 80s when crack hit hard. Something I like to always point out about Oakland, people from Oakland got like a different attitude and a different sense of pride. Where do you guys think that comes from? From everybody from Oakland just has a different like sense of pride. You guys are more proud to be from Oakland than everybody else is to be where they're from.
Well,
Why is that?
You gotta remember like Oakland is like Oakland is where Black Panther started at. You know what I'm saying? So we got, and then of course the movie The Mac was made there. So it's like Oakland is like you either gonna be a pimp or you gonna be a black power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from that, it just it gives us our own level of cockiness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we from the town. Like if you from the Bay, you gonna be like I'm from the town, nigga.
Right.
But that go for city. San Francisco, the city gonna be like I'm from the city. Like I think every area got their own level of cockiness. Oakland is just like, and I say this to be without slight, it's like the hub of the Bay Area as far as if you go somewhere, somebody say where you from, you say Oakland, they be like, if you say you from Richmond, Vallejo, they gonna be like, but if you say you from Oakland, it's like, okay, yeah, I know where you from.
Okay.
But I think every city has their own. Like a Frisco cat, you're gonna tell a Frisco cat. A East Palo Alto cat, you're gonna be able to tell the East Palo Alto cat. Like if you from the Bay, you gonna know. Like everybody got their own like little chips on their shoulders.
It's all Bay Area sauce, but
it's all Bay Area sauce. It's just you know what I'm saying, different flavors. So I wouldn't say like you know what I'm saying. Anywhere you go, you gonna know a Bay nigga. If you out of town, you gonna know you from the Bay. Huh? You gonna know. I don't give a fuck.
I
what part of the
definitely
Bay
agree
Area
with that.
from.
So growing up in North Oakland, what kind of shit did you see on a day-to-day basis? What was the life like growing up in that?
I mean, the same thing. Like when we came up, everybody was coming up under like nobody knew they was broke in my community because we was all on the same level.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? We all was kids that put cardboards in the bottom of our shoes when they got holes in them. Nobody was different. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was different.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So you don't notice it because you're in it.
You in it, so you really don't pay no attention to it.
Right.
You don't know that, man, my partner doing better than me or his family doing better than mine.
Yeah.
Everybody on the same level.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Nobody doing no better than
So
nobody
it's
else.
safe to say that there was some struggles and trials and tribulations growing up in North Oakland.
Most definitely.
Okay. And then were you more into like sports? Were you into like
So
street
yeah,
life?
I
What were
was
you?
so coming up, I played sports. I all around sports star. I played basketball, football, baseball. I played it all. So yeah, like that was my escape from my realities when I
Mhm.
was a kid. Was Pop Warner everything like football, baseball, basketball, like that. That's how you didn't really realize what you was going through. You know what I
Right.
mean? So we all like in Oakland, everybody knew each other from sports. If
Okay.
you wasn't somebody that played sports, you'd be like, I ain't going to East Oakland or I ain't going to West Oakland because you didn't know nobody.
Right. You had no
You
business
had
being
no
over
business there.
there.
But sports, either you played sports or you went to juvenile hall. That's how you knew everybody.
And what was it for you?
Sports.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't start going to jail until I got grown.
What was the first time you went to jail?
I probably was like 17. I went to jail.
Did they get the wrong guy?
No, they got the right guy.
They got.
What? I'm not gonna say they got the. I'm not gonna say they got the right guy.
Right.
They just got the. My partners in them, they used to be going to Cal Berkeley and stealing mopeds,
Uh huh.
and I wouldn't go steal no moped.
You
But
just
when
wrote them.
I just rode them, and
Okay.
and so my father and my mother had separated,
Right.
and my father he started dating somebody else. So I kind of like used to be, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, you know what I'm saying, you don't really be like you bothered by my father being with somebody else. So one night I just tried to ride one of the stolen mopeds all the way to East Oakland to my mama's house and ended up getting pulled over. I didn't realize that the motherfucker didn't have no lights on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how I ended up going to jail for the first time
And then
for a stolen moped. And then I started doing robberies.
you started. Okay, so that started the life of crime right there.
That started the life of crime. I started doing robberies. Now I think I started doing robberies not because I wanted to do robberies, but because I was trying to find a way to survive. And at that point, that was probably one of the easiest ways to survive.
We definitely can understand that.
You know what I'm
So
saying? I mean, I think a lot of the youth pick up bad street habits out of survival, more so out of the idea of really wanting to go do a crime.
yeah, that's
You know what I'm
real.
saying? It's like, but we look at the behavior more so than why the behavior. You know what I mean? Like we
Right.
look at the fact what they doing. We don't really look at the reasons why they doing it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
A lot of people go down the wrong roads in life just because of the situations they come up in life. And sometimes you just get caught up in those situations and that become a lifestyle that you live.
Damn.
And that's it becomes what you know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and for me in my life, that was the streets became what I know, not mainly because I think I wanted to go down that road.
Hmm.
It was probably more so what other road was it to go down? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I come from a household where nobody went to work, so it was nobody pushed me to go find a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mother and father both used drugs, so it was like you just gonna run out there and follow. Sometimes you just gonna follow what the norm is for you and your community. Your
Absolutely.
little partners, how they getting it, how y'all getting it. You know what I'm saying? They coming back with new shoes, they coming back with this or that. You gonna be like, man, how y'all doing that? Like, all
Yeah.
right, come on, I'm coming.
Yeah. A lot of times you don't even see if that's right or wrong
You don't even
because you're in it, like you were saying.
you don't even and in your community,
Yeah.
it's pushed as right.
Yes. Yes.
You understand me? Like
Yes.
in your environment, that's the hip thing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So everybody, you know what I'm saying, me come up going down the wrong path because somebody mainly older than them
Hmm.
is the example that they following. So if you don't got somebody, if you don't got the right person
Like a mentor.
mentoring you and or even initiating you to the streets,
Right.
because sometimes you know what I'm saying. It's I always say this, right? It's two types. When you jump off the porch and jump into the street life shit as a kid, it's two type of people waiting for you. There's some people that's waiting down there to show you the right way, and there's some people down there sitting there to show you the wrong way because they want to use you.
Absolutely.
You understand me? So if you don't come up from a family that's already street orientated, that can coach you. Like the most of the people that got money out here that you see doing good, they was molded to be that way in the
Somebody
streets.
led them that way.
Somebody led them that way. They had an uncle or brother, or somebody was
Yeah.
already getting money. So they gave them structure and how to go about doing what they're doing. Even though it was wrong, they had a structured path about how to do it. And then you got the other people that's waiting for you, that know you green, that know you don't know nothing about this, and they take what they know and they use you for it.
Take advantage of you.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
take advantage of you. So it's like you have to be comfortable with you have to you just have to be knowledgeable about who you're dealing with when
You
you
got to
come
be
off
up
that
on
porch.
game, or somebody's gonna game you up
Game you
one way
up.
or the other. One way
Either
or
way,
the other.
that's when that for me, that's where the true meaning of game is either be sold, not told. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because people gonna run game on you until you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it because you're gonna get manipulated by it until you realize what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much kind of how it was.
So as far as you were saying about the game, either they're gonna sell you the game, tell you the game, show you the game,
Run game on
or
you.
run game on you.
Yeah, that's kind.
Either way, you get in the game.
Either way, you get in the game.
When you were growing up in North Oakland, were you on the end of giving the game or getting the game most of the time?
As far as what, when I got older,
Yeah, when you got a little bit older,
so
after the incident with the dirt bike.
so I think that I was always in position as a youngster that had people who was good, what had the possibility of being good mentors, but I always wanted to do my own thing.
Okay.
So from wanting to do my own thing and really not following the guidance of the ones that was trying to lead me down the right path of wrong,
Right.
I kind of like stumbled up on making my own bad decisions.
So they say a hard head make a soft
Soft
rump,
ass.
right? So
Exactly.
that was your path. You were like you wanted to do things your way.
I wanted to do things my way because when you come up under something, like when somebody initiates you to the streets,
Right.
they also initiate some form of structure.
Absolutely.
And I had never came from structure.
Okay.
I came from being like as a kid, as 10, 11, 12 years old, I could almost stay outside late as I wanted to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody tell me, man, you can't do this, man, this how you got to do this, man. I know I just had the idea of I knew what I was doing even
Right.
when I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And
You were kind of in charge of yourself since a young age.
at a young age, I've been doing for myself from a young age. I've been trying to I was one of the kids that used to pump gas at gas stations,
Mm-hmm.
ask you, can I help you with your groceries at the grocery store? And just find little things to do to be able to be they had some money in my pocket
Yeah,
or to be able to get clothes.
you had hustle from a
So
young age.
from a young age, but sometimes if like I say, when that hustle goes to from going from just how you doing it to the street life,
Right.
you need to be walked into it correctly.
Absolutely. There's a lot of doors that you don't know what's behind them.
Exactly. And you think you know what you're doing, you get to run around. So that's how I kind of like
Got into some shit.
I end up going I end up the first time I really got in major trouble, I was trying to help one of my friends. He needed some rims or something for his car, so we went somewhere. We robbed the dude for his car. On the way back, after we found out the rims didn't even fit his car, I ended up getting the police got behind us. We got in the high speed. I went to jail. Went to jail for something that really didn't had nothing to do with me,
Right.
but just at that time we called being solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My partner trying to do something. Come on, I'm gonna go with
You
you.
were holding them down.
You know what I'm saying? Me, but not understanding that, hey, that's your business, bro. I don't really be.
Yeah.
Go get your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Me.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to YA, and then when I got out of YA, all my friends in the neighborhood, when I got back, either most of them was getting money, and another section of them was getting high.
Oh.
And so when I first got out, like when I played sports, so I didn't used to drink, I didn't used to smoke weed, I didn't really used to do nothing. And So when I got out, my friend, I'd be like, at first I used to be talking crazy to him about it, like, but y'all getting high, but y'all tripping, bro. Ooh.
Right.
And as I started getting back into the streets, we all used to be in the same house selling drugs. And one day we talking, they like, man, I mean, this heroin boy, they make you have sex all night, it'll make you ooh. So I'm like, what? So a couple days go by, and one day coming, I'm like, I met this new person. But go get me a sack, bud. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Of heroin.
of heroin, just to go
Just for that experience that he
just
was
for
telling
that
you about.
experience, not understanding that one decision, that one choice at that moment, not understanding that it would be 20 some years would go by before I found my way out of that one decision.
Wow.
You know, that decision led me back and forth to prison to where I was damn near in prison more than I was on the streets. That one decision turned my whole life upside down. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And one time when I was a kid, my father showed, because heroin was the drug that my father used to use. And
So you seen him using it as a
I've
child?
never seen him really
Oh,
using it
okay.
as a child,
You just
but
know about it.
but I knew about it.
Right.
And I really didn't know about it as a kid because maybe I was just blind to what was going on, but I knew it was something. But you as a kid, you don't know what's really going on. So but one day I was probably I would say I was maybe 10, 11 years old. And my father took some pepper and he made lines out of it. And he said, snort this. And pepper, when you snort it, it's gonna have your nose. Hachoo, hachoo,
Right.
hachoo. So, and he was like, man, don't never put nothing in your nose.
Wait. So he was doing that to teach you a lesson.
He was trying to teach, in his way of teaching me, it was like, if I can get you to feel what it feels like to put pepper in your nose, maybe you would think that anything in your nose will feel like the same experience you having.
Very, very, very
You know what I'm
smart.
saying? Me,
Yeah.
instead of, I guess, I would say he probably didn't know how to properly parent me
Right.
for that. Instead of really just sitting me down and say, "Hey, man, this is what drugs will do to you." Woo, woo,
But the
woo.
effort was there.
The effort was there.
I feel that 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I would have been thinking about that lesson at the moment that I made that decision to go get that drug, it's probably a possibility that I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
But I always look back at it, and you know what I'm saying? Life is about a journey. And sometimes your journey is something that you don't have control over.
Absolutely.
When you don't know how to make the right productive or positive decisions. You know what I'm saying? I came from, like I said, man, I came from a household that used drugs. So we don't understand that addictive personalities sometimes could kind of be genetic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you come from is what you can turn into if you ain't careful.
Then you could become a product of your environment
Your
very easily.
environment. You
Yeah.
understand me? So but yeah, that happened, man. I started running in and out of jail for a long period of time.
So how long were you in jail?
Off and on. The same amount of time that I got high was the same amount of time I started running around out of jail. When I stopped getting high, I stopped going to jail.
What was your longest bid?
About like 34 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you getting high, you really just going to jail for nicky nack shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Selling drugs, getting caught with a
It's a
gun.
cycle because it's hard for you to get out and go straight into something straight.
And if you don't know nothing straight, you
Yeah.
don't come from nothing
Yeah.
straight. You go to jail, they let you out with $200 and say, "Hey man, go figure it out."
Yeah.
As an adult, $200 is gone the first time you go buy you some clothes.
For sure.
So now you broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me, you gonna have to be on somebody's couch. You gonna have to be on somebody this or that.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, family want to help you, but they ain't want to help you where they got to do everything for you.
And yeah.
And then some people will help you because they know you can get out here and get some money, and then you're gonna be providing today's situation.
You're helping them,
They
not
helping
helping
them,
you.
they ain't helping you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And those things would eventually just always lead me back to jail. I'll be out of jail 4, 5, 6 months, go to jail. I might be out a year sometime, go back to jail. But it just helped me but like I say, when I stopped using drugs, that's when everything in my life changed.
What was it that made you switch your life around?
So two things. The first one was that I was tired, and I had never got to the point where I would never got to the point where I'm like, I gave up. Like a lot of people you see out here where they just can't get back,
Yeah.
they just at some point said, I gave up. I'm gonna be okay with me just being this person in life.
Right.
I was never okay with who I was. I just didn't know how to turn it around.
Right.
You know what I'm
You had to
saying?
like hustle, so you were going
I
up and
just
down,
didn't
but
know
never
how to
just
stop
down.
doing what I was doing because
Yeah.
doing what I was doing was all I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So habit creatures, we're gonna go back to what we know. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? And then so it was like, so that's what it was. I got to the point where I was just fed up. I
Okay.
was just tired of getting high. And the main thing, because I like to be as transparent as possible when we have discussions or whatever. And my daughter, I had a daughter because I had all boys until I had a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to go in and out of jail a lot more for my sons than I did for my daughter. Because I had got older, you start learning how to stay out of jail a little bit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You'll start like, so I even though I was still messing up, I would be out for longer periods of time.
Okay.
And I had I'm just gonna be real. So I had went from snorting dope to shooting dope.
Okay.
And my daughter, she might have been like 3, 4, 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she started to find
Oh wow.
the things I used to get high
Yeah,
with.
she was getting the drug paraphernalia.
She would start finding it in places.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't give it to nobody else. It was like she knew that I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing. And at that young of an age, she'd be like, "Here, daddy, you left this.
She was helping you hide it.
Here, daddy, you left this." And one day she did it to me, man, and I just like it really just messed me up because it said, man, this what your daughter gonna know you as.
For sure.
You feel me? She
Yes.
gonna know you for this. Is this what you want your child to know you for? So so at that time I said, man, I gotta change my life. You feel me? But it was rough. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
go to detox, that should have worked. It'll be working, and then some life will happen. I end up getting high again. It was like a struggle for like 2 or 3 years of just trying to make
Yeah.
it work, make it work, make it work, make it work. And the longer that I stayed stuck in that period of time right then, the more I can see her seeing me. Even like my daughter is my ace boon coon. She my world. She my everything.
Right.
It ain't nothing nobody can tell her where she can be like, oh, I already know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell
Absolutely.
me nothing about my daddy.
Right.
I know everything. So, but she's like this more. I mean, because I ain't gonna say I had up. Even in my high times, I'll be able to get whatever, provide for the house or whatever. So, so it got to like a point where, like it was just like I was just like falling apart. Like I was like I wanted to fight. I wanted to stop being in the streets and doing some of the stuff that I was doing so much, but I just didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see my daughter just as she getting older, she's seeing me more and more in my addiction. So I had got caught one time. I had went to jail. I used to buy bikes off the street from people. So I used to like have all the bikes. And I used to put them on Craigslist. So one time I got caught selling the bike at the bar station. It was a Sting. Person went on Craigslist, seen their
Yeah.
bike, told the police. They act like somebody was coming to buy it. I went to jail. I went to court. Like I went to jail. I bailed out like a year later. I'm still fighting my addiction. And the judge was like, "You can do this year drug program, and or you can go to jail for 3 years." So I had been offered programs before when I went to jail, and I used to go to jail so much that when I went to jail, everybody knew me. The guards knew me. I could be a power worker. I'm gonna get it. Like jail had become something that wasn't even. It had become so much a part of my life that when I went to jail, it wasn't like I was in jail to me.
You weren't worried about it
I was
anymore.
just like, whatever. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna be a power worker. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a girl running. I'm gonna get drugs. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna hustle. It's just like it wasn't really an issue. So when she said it, I was like, months leading up to that, like a month before she offered me this program, I had OD'd for the first time in my career getting high. And when you OD, people, you don't know you OD. When you wake up, people about you OD. I'm like, I ain't OD. What are you talking about?
Right.
And my daughter, mama, I called her. She came and they was telling like, man, he OD. I'm like, man, I ain't OD. Man, they tripping. You feel me?
You're in
So
denial.
I was in denial. So when the lady offered me the drug program, I was like, man, give me the program because I wanted to change.
Yeah, you were
And
tired, like you
I
said.
just didn't want to go to. I was like 3 years. That's like 20. That's like 18 to 20 months. I can just go do this year of drug program. And I maybe at this point I realized I need it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said, give me the drug program. She said, all right, you gotta be there tomorrow by 12. I'm like, huh? I'm thinking like you gonna give me a month to turn that. You gonna give me some time. She said, if you want this drug program, you gotta be there tomorrow. And so I was like, fuck it. Come on, let's go.
So
And
you went the next morning?
I went the next morning. And when I went the next morning, what I didn't realize was when I went to the program that of course I got high that morning because I knew I'm about to be sick. And when I
Yeah.
go on this program, I'm about to be sick. So like I'm about to get high today. At least I'll be sick tomorrow when I wake up.
Yeah.
And when I got there, they test you. Boom. So when they tested me, I was dirty. They make you go to like at this place it's called Cherry Hill. So what it's a place you go to and you detox before
Right.
you can come back to the program. And I went to so when I was there, I ended up getting in the shower. When I got in the shower, I did like it was like the next day. Like they had this one house. You go to this one building until they got somewhere for you to go. It's still a part of the same facility until you go to the next. So that first day I slept all day. They sent me to the next building. So now I've been sweating and my body's starting to kick. The drugs are starting to come out. So I'm like, all right, let me get in the shower. And this probably was probably the most important part of this was like the moment of change. I'm taking a shower, man, and as I'm soaping myself up and I'm feeling on myself, I just break down and start crying. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm like, man, this ain't me.
Right.
Like it just ain't me. Like I'm tired. It ain't me. I'm like, it was just something at that moment, man. I just start for the first time, man, probably I don't want probably in that 20-year span. For the first time, and I broke down in that shower, man, and I told myself, I said, man, you better than this. You way better than this. You somebody.
You had
You've
enough.
been epiphany or whatever they want to call it. You've been somebody all your life. You understand me? As a kid, you was always a sports star. You was always looked up to. You was always a leader. You was always this. You was always that. And when I stayed in that shower for about 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like nobody, it was like perfect. Nobody wanted to come by the shower. Nobody was coming in out the bathroom. It was like it was just designed for me to get it out of me, you know. And like 3 or 4 days later, I went to the program, man, and checked in the program clean. And I was supposed to be there for a year. I ended up messing up there once or twice where they kicked me out, let me come back. It ended up taking me like 18 months to do that year program. But
You did it.
but after I did that, after I graduated, I started working there, and I ended up damn near running the program in the warehouse. It was Salvation Army Oakland. I was the boss. Like now I'm a role model to all the people in the program. I went from being in the program to running the
Yeah.
program and being able to get the people in the program the opportunity to see somebody that once went through everything they went through. And this was like my beginning stages of turning my life around.
Well, I mean, at that point, you got the best testimony for anybody coming through the
To the
program.
program because everybody knew
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
of the people been messed up and come back, they'll be like, but you the doc supervisor now?
Yeah.
Like, but you in control of the trucks?
Yeah.
Like, but I would never thought that.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I probably would have never thought that neither, because I think coming up in school, I went through special education classes. You know what I'm saying? Me.
Yeah.
So from that, those those issues you would carry on for you the rest of your life. So you would get to thinking that you ain't smart enough. You know what I'm saying? Me, that you know, because those classes like needing, and all it really means is that you need just a little bit more attention than everybody else.
Yeah.
It don't mean you ain't smart. And then when it come to life, education is education. Life education is totally completely different.
Yeah.
And I've always been life smart.
Yeah. Street smart, common sense smart.
Smart,
Yeah.
but but them having me in these classes made me think, like, I got my GED in prison, but had me thinking that I really couldn't go get a job, or I couldn't do this. The streets was just
Yeah.
it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for a long period of time, that's how I kind of moved around. And that's what I thought about myself. But in the process of that,
So what year was this when you got clean?
I went to, so I would say like I went to the program in 2012. I graduated and was out of there in 2014. Um,
Congratulations.
but what people don't realize is that even though you change your life, even though you stop doing something, so even though I stopped getting high, that didn't mean that my life was gonna change.
Right.
Um, it just means that certain things in my life was gonna change.
Yeah.
You know, and and what I'm starting to learn is that sometimes all we do, if we don't pay attention, is redirect our addiction. You know, some people go from being alcoholics to workaholics. You know what I'm saying? Because they work so much, because they feel like if they ain't working, the opportunity for them to mess up is going to be there. But they don't realize is that they're still doing the same amount of damage to themselves that they was when they was in the streets. They still not spending the right amount of time with their family.
Yeah.
They probably can buy them whatever they want, but it's still affecting them, because it's that addictive personality and the fears of if I stop doing this because this got me away from that. No, what gets you away from doing what you're doing is you.
Yeah.
And you still had to find some productive, positive things to do with your time. And yeah, like I was saying, we just find other ways to feed our addiction. And so I ended up graduating the program, right? So I started doing my first thing I wanted to do. I was in a program. I was like, one time I was in jail. I used to be writing these like things like I wanted to start I wanted to either have a group home or start my own nonprofit for kids.
Right.
And so when I graduated, I was like, I gotta find something else to do outside of just working at this job. I didn't have nobody really to go hang out with, because I already know if I go back where I was at, I'm about to be getting high.
Yeah.
And this how life works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Time to get some new surroundings.
so I started selling. So I started making T-shirts, and with the proceeds from the T-shirts, I used to start taking kids on field trips. Like you don't know how many kids in the Bay Area ain't never rode a cable car.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? But people come from all around the world to ride them cable cars.
For sure.
You don't know how many kids in these communities ain't never been to Six Flags, Greater America, Marine World. They always just sit and watch their friends go, but they ain't had the opportunity to go. So it was just a lot of skating. You know, kids had never been to skating rings. I'd take kids skating, they didn't have an idea how to skate. You know, so those was kind of, so my nephew and Fab used to be like best friends when they was kids. So where on 45th, my partner, one of my childhood friends, used to cut hair at the barbershop. So I used to just go there every day when I got off work, hang out. So from that, me and Fab like built our relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think that at that time it was something that both of us might have needed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I needed some people to be around that was different than who I used to be. that did some of the stuff that I did, and he may have needed an uncle, a big brother,
Some wisdom.
just somebody in his life at that time as well. And from that, man, we've been 9, 10 years strong every day, man. If you go somewhere, you see Fab, you're gonna say we're Unc. You see Unc,
Yeah.
you're gonna say we're Fab.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and that relationship's been a real blessing to my life.
So since linking up with him and you guys building your relationship, what are some of the positive things that you guys have been able to do for the community? Because I don't really see anybody out here going as hard for the community and for the city of Oakland as you guys. When you put your minds together, what you guys do is truly amazing. What are some of the things you could let people know?
I mean, they already had what they was doing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Backpack, turkey drives, backpack giveaways, turkey drive, Christmas drive. And then I just started, my thing was called creating change. Creating change by, man, only I wanted to create a change in my community.
Right.
So we really just started putting that together. So like I was able to, when I was able to like need to post or need to do this and that to be able to get funds from the community,
Yeah.
to be able to do trips, I could use it. Like we could just feed off each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with time we just grew to be like wanting to be like me. I come to the streets. I ain't gonna never change that. Anything I do is gonna be about the street. The youngsters in the streets, I'm still outside with them.
Right.
I'm still at the party with them. I'm still here with them. I'm always involved in what they got going on because a lot of the youngsters ain't gonna listen to somebody that ain't there with them.
Right.
That don't mean you got to be in the behaviors that they in, but you got if like a lot of people change their life and they don't want to have nothing to do with the streets no more. They like so scared that maybe I'm gonna get killed in them or if I'm gonna get sucked in them. So that when they say something to the youngsters, they try to tell them what to do instead of showing them what to do.
Yeah.
Me, I'm outside with you, so you already know where I come from. You know my background. You know my. So it's like so you get to be able to see firsthand what change look like.
Exactly.
I'm gonna share my story. I'm gonna tell you what I've been through, just like on this podcast. I'm sharing some shit that I've never told people before.
We appreciate it
But
too.
I tell it because my words have the possibility to save and change lives.
Yes, they do.
Why should I be afraid to tell my story if my story got the possibility to help somebody with theirs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so a lot of people get up, they don't want nobody after 5 years, they've been clean, they don't want to share their story no more. They don't want to. I like to be down there and be with them and get them the opportunity to be open enough to come share things that's going on in life with me so I can give them the advice that they may need. Now that advice, sometimes we think we want to tell somebody something today and we want it to be changed tomorrow. So if it don't change tomorrow, the first thing we're gonna say is it's not working, they're not listening.
Yeah.
That's not the case. Because what you telling them and what you showing them, they might get 2 years from now. They might get 5 years from now.
Plants don't grow
But
overnight.
they don't grow overnight. And you gotta water those plants by being around them, by letting them see what you got going on, by involving them in your life.
Yeah.
By hitting them up like, bro, what you doing? But I know you got some of that dope money, but give me a few dollars so I can go buy these pieces for the homeless.
Yep.
But give me a few of them dollars so I can change your karma a little bit, bro. Give me some of that money so I can take these kids to the movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, they start bringing their kids.
Yeah.
And now they starting to ball, but I feel hella good doing that, bro. We're gonna do something else.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
those is kind of like the things that that I think me and Fab bring to the we not into politics, even though we mess with everybody.
Right.
So we able to go everywhere and deal with everybody on all levels. You know, I'm
Sure.
more so on the streets. He more so on the. He can be the politic person. You know, he got the great words. Me, I'm.
He's politically correct at times.
And I'm just.
And you're gonna say it how it is.
Yeah, that's just what it is. And I don't want to. You know, I don't really want to deal with the politic part. I want to deal with the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like a lot of people are a lot of these programs, a lot of these places, a lot of these organizations ain't really for the people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they ain't really out here like, yeah, you might be funding it, you might be doing this, but you're not outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not hands-on with the problems that we have in our community. Mm-hmm. You want to fix them for afar. I want to fix them because I've been through them, because I know what it feel like to go through them.
Yeah.
I know what it feel like to get up in the morning and don't know how you gonna go get some money so you can get this monkey off your back.
Yeah.
I know how I feel to everybody, got nice clothes on, so you like, man, fuck it. Well, I'm gonna go do what they gonna do. Cause I want something fresh too. The girls like them, they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I know how I feel to have kids and everybody getting on you talking about, man, you ain't doing nothing for your kids. Now you got a record, it might be hard for you to find a job. It's easier to find a job now if you had a record than when I had one.
Right.
When I was in the 80s, 90s, 2000, it'd be hard for you to get a job with a record. Now they got, man, you can go Uber. Ain't no way you shouldn't have no money.
Right.
You can go Uber, you can go work at Amazon, you can go
Yeah.
work at Tesla. None of them
Yeah.
places care if you've been to jail.
Yeah. DoorDash.
DoorDash, like,
Yeah.
if you don't got a car, you can DoorDash on a bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, those things wasn't available when I was young. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When I had my felonies. So now it's just like just telling them, man, what's important.
Showing them.
Showing them what's important, man. Being available. Like my sons, I wasn't available for them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was selfish with my decision making because I allowed myself to be in the streets, in jail, getting high. You know what I'm saying? Me and allow myself to manipulate myself to be like, the best game I ever seen in life was the game I ran on myself.
Whoa, say that one more
The
time.
best game I ever seen in life was the game I ran on myself.
That's hard.
For me to get up every day and tell myself that it was okay to put myself in a position to go to prison, to get up every day to tell myself that it was okay and cool to get high, to get up every day and not want to be a better person than I was yesterday, I had to be telling me something that was fly as hell.
Yeah.
Because who in their right mind
Right.
would agree with destroying your life? Who in your right mind would be? I had I had never been to school for nursing, but I thought that I was gonna be able to correctly shoot drugs in my veins.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but
Do you understand what I'm
yes, I
saying?
do. I'm with you.
Missing, leaving marks on my body,
Yeah.
abscesses, because I'm thinking that, hey, it just be like, it's just some sick stuff you had to tell yourself to continue to make yourself go through all this and not say, hey, I want to stop. Hey, I want to change it. Hey, I want to be better. Hey, I can't. Like, I did that for 20 years,
Absolutely.
so now, man, I just try to come. I know that my platform is growing and I just want to be available for my community. I want to be hands-on and on the front line for our youth.
Help guide them.
I'm around this music stuff a lot, so, and I don't know, managing. It's a lot of stuff I don't know about it.
Right.
But what I do know is that I got the heart for it. I know I got the connections for it, and I know I want to see everybody win. I don't mind being a cheerleader. I could be on the sideline with the pom poms. I don't have to be running up and down the court because when you score, I score.
Yep.
You know, I don't gotta have the flashy cars or this and that. My friends can have. I just jump in their shit and act like it's mine.
Yeah. Real talk.
Until my turn come.
Yeah.
But a lot of people out here are selfish. They really ain't about making sure that the people that they involve themselves with has the same opportunity to be great as they do. So, like I said when we started, man, I'm in Modesto today. I'm just trying to get an artist in this area the opportunity to use my platform to have the opportunity to practice their craft. I bring a couple people that's not from this area so they can try to gain and build a fan base. And man, and just to show, man, that hey, man, we can work together to be better. We don't have to work against each other to be worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
I just want to end it on the dope era.
mhm.
Speak on the dope era, what it's meant to you guys, and obviously the name, everything.
So dope era, the word dope era means during oppression, people evolve, everyone rise above. It's like an acronym from the dope era. So mainly
Right.
everything will have something to do mostly with the 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when the dope eras was the strongest. You know what I'm saying? And so we just try to continue to open businesses, try to continue to find ways to create opportunities to make our people better. For me, dope era has been a lifesaver. The dope era store has been my hub. I don't really leave the dope era store. You can almost walk in the dope era store at any day, any time if I'm in town and I'm right there. I don't really go places as I'm going out to do this or that. I don't run the streets. I don't roam. It's my sanctuary. It's um it's a place for people. It's a store, but it's really an energy hub. It's really a place for people that's going through stuff that can come and just get around some positive energy to be able to be open and out and willing to share what they're going through so we can try to find solutions or ways or just hear them. You know, so dope air is like, to me, is much bigger than the clothing line. It's much bigger than the things that people see when they first look at it. You would have to be involved in dope era or been receive some of the love or energy that dope era provides for you to really understand what dope era is. Clothing line is just a way for you to support us, but it ain't all we'll be about.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Any final words for your supporters?
Man, just keep supporting me, keep believing in me. And when you see I'm going through something in life, don't be scared to say, hey, Unc, man, we all here for you. Because sometimes I'll be going through some things, some stress, some anxiety, some depression, some worry. And I might not know how to deal with it correctly. So if you see me going through something, man, don't be afraid to help me get better. If you see that I need some assistance with learning certain stuff in life, because I'm still like stuck in this one little trying to figure it out mode, you can always come to me and say, hey, man, I think this might make you better. I think this might help you. I'm always willing to accept help. I'm never too good. I'm just Unc. I'm just being Unc. I'm just out, open, transparent. I've been through a lot. I put myself mainly through all the things that I've been through. So it's a lot about life I don't know. But one thing I like about life I do know is that the realer you be with yourself, the more opportunity you have to be all right in life.
Well, we're gonna end it on that. Appreciate you,
Appreciate
and
you.
thank you for opening up about some of that deep stuff.
For sure.
Our listeners and our viewers will definitely appreciate that. But we're gonna end it on a high note. We're gonna do this smoke challenge, and since you don't smoke, we're gonna let your man's go ahead and step in for you.
Yeah.
So go ahead and switch seats with your guy if you don't mind.
You gonna be able to handle it, Cal?
Here we go.
Let me
Go ahead
get.
and let everybody know who you are. Okay, and
That's
what
my
do you
that.
what do you do?
I be shooting music. Well, I really be shooting everything. Promos, music videos, weddings.
And you smoke, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well we're gonna find out.
Go
All right, go ahead.
on, hit that.
Right there. Go ahead and sit back.
Sit
It'll,
back.
it'll come to you. There you go. Just go ahead and enjoy that. You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm cool.
How often do you smoke?
I know, I smoke hella.
Oh, okay.
All day.
All right.
You might have to turn it up on him.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm not getting that.
Man, you might have to get a little closer then.
Is it starting to work? Are you sure?
Yeah, I
No,
know.
because you said it wasn't really working. I want to make sure we getting you. Go on and have a seat.
I ain't gonna lie. Hold on.
You good?
Hold on, wait, man. Let's go, man.
We just want to make sure
What?
you good, bro.
You put that all of it on?
Yeah.
Hold on, bro, because it wasn't working a minute ago. Remember?
No, man.
Is it working now?
Let's go.
As long as it's working now, bro, we just want to make sure that you good. You know what I mean? You good? Come on. It's Mars Radio, Unc The Hunk, and we out.